Today I'm making a couple of Mother's Day cards using the Orange Shades of Spring digital kit from TaylorMade Cards for You. Hello and welcome to the Mayflowers video hop from the Crafters Video Collaborations Facebook group and TaylorMade Cards for You design team. I'm Debbie and I want to help you reach your creative potential through crafting and card making. Each week I show you how you could make cards and other crafty projects because if I can make it, you can too. So if you'd like to see more tutorials and inspirational videos, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. I'd also like to invite you to visit TaylorMade Cards for You's blog and enter this month's challenge at tailormadecardsforyou.blogspot.com. This month's prize is a $10 gift code from TaylorMade Cards for You. You'll also find a discount code over there for 20% off of your digital order from TaylorMade Cards for You. Be sure to follow our Facebook group as well, Stamping with Friends, where you can share more of your crafty projects. For the card I'm making today, I'm using the Orange Shades of Spring digital kit from TaylorMade Cards for You. First, we've got this page full of fun ephemera. I just love this little perfume bottle, and the flower is just so lovely. Then we've got 5 different background papers that you can choose from to create your projects. So we've got this one that's actually most of hers are basically a digital mixed media type of thing with different kinds of layers. It makes such really pretty background papers. So we've got this one, which is Album Herborita. I can't pronounce that. And we've got this one with the watering can and butterflies. And they've still got that, I think that they're this fun scale background along with the chicken coop wire is a really fun idea. Then we've got this one that has little chickens in the up here in the top as well, and that same chicken wire, but this time with a wood panel in the back. And then this one is basically all girly with the girl sitting in front of her vanity. And then this page, of course, has got the 4 different designs all in one, so that when you print it out, they're basically the right size for an A2 size card. As usual, I cropped the ephemera page down for several of the images to pretty much try to figure out what I wanted to use on my card, and then I can resize them down to whatever size I need and remove the background, and that's going to make for a really fun effect. So what I decided to do this time was basically design the entire card, put everything in place so I knew exactly what I needed to cut out, all in Microsoft Word. I resized the paper down to A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I added one of the backgrounds that I thought was really pretty to that background and sized it down just enough so that it's going to give me a slight white border all the way around. Then I picked out a couple of the one of the flowers. I did a reverse image, so I've got them both in 2 different directions, and I'm going to cut out a couple of those. Then I created a nice Mother's Day sentiment. So this is basically what I'm envisioning my card to pretty much look like. Next, I need to cut all the pieces out. I do want to show you something that I haven't before on any of my videos, and I want to show you how I did this piece here, where it's now got a transparent background, because I did not know for a long time that you can do that in Microsoft Word. Here you can see that it does still have that white background. So let me show you what you do to remove that. You go to Picture Format up here at the top, and then there is this button here, Remove Background. Now, I don't know if it's something new for the version of Word I have or if it's always been there, but I never noticed it until recently. So you click that, and all of this area that is showing in purple is what it's going to it's counting as being the background. And you see that it's covering some pieces that I don't want. So I'm going to select Keep Areas to Keep. I'm going to enlarge this so I can see better. And then I'm just going to tell it to pick the areas that I still want to keep and not include as the background. And it does a really good job of this. I've been really happy with the way that that is working. So you can see there's a couple little pieces that I still want to count as background, and sometimes it changes things back. So I still go back in until everything is selected that I want to keep. And then I just click Keep Changes. So now that one has had all of the background removed. And if I click and drag that one up here, you'll see that it is now with a transparent background so that you can layer everything. Now when we're making the card, I'm going to basically cut everything out using my ScanNCut, so I won't really need that. But it really helped a lot for me to visually see what I wanted to do on Microsoft Word in this panel. So this card is basically the way that I want it to look. Now I've already moved everything over into another document, so everything is sized exactly correct, because remember, my first panel I changed it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I do decide that the only piece that I don't need on here is going to be the sentiment. I've decided that I want this to be in foil instead. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert a page break and have that piece. I'm going to click and drag it, and what I basically did with that is I created a, let me just show you real quick. So I inserted a shape of a square, and I adjusted it to make it whatever I wanted it to be. Then I also input a couple of text boxes. Now the reason I say a couple is because I wanted them to be closer together than the original text box would work. I removed the background. I changed the background to transparent on both of those, and then I kind of messed around and got them to the distance that I wanted, and then I grouped the whole thing together, so now it's one item. So for this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that so that I can have two just in case one of them messes up. So here are my printed pages. I've got my page full of sentiments here, and then I've got this one that has got the backgrounds and all those pretty flowers. And next step is to take this over to my ScanNCut and give that a whirl so that I can cut out all these images for me. So next I'm going to go ahead and foil those Happy Mother's Day sentiments. And I'm going to use some of my foils that I've got from Thermoweb. And I think for this one, let's see, we've got rose gold and gold. I think both of those would probably look really nice with those flowers. I think I'm going to go with the rose gold because I think the sentiment that's already on here matches it a little bit better. I'm also going to add just a little bit of foil to each of these little flowers. I'm adding a little bit of glue from this Quicky Glue Pen, and then I'm going to use that same rose gold and run that through the laminator again as well and see how those turn out. And I'm still using the same, just the same scraps from the other. No point in wasting any of this pretty foil. Okay, so now we can start putting a couple of cards together. I figure I do have two of these panels, although one is a little bit messed up. I think I'm going to just start with this one and just trim it down a little bit so that it'll fit better on my panel. So that panel still looks pretty good. So this first one I'm going to go ahead and just put down using some of my art glitter glue. That's going to add a little bit more adhesive. And this one is one of the opposites, so I'm going to have it come down here. And that, I think, looks pretty. Okay, then what I want to do is position this in the center of, that's going to be so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and add some art glitter glue to the back and on part of the flowers. Now this one, okay, I'm going to pop that one up. The flowers are hanging off the edge, so I'm just going to trim those back. As a finishing touch, I scattered a few yellow crystals on the front of the card, and that finishes up the project for today. I hope this video helps to inspire you to create, and we would love to see what you create. So come join us in our Facebook groups and show us your creations. I've left links to each in the description below. And be sure to check out all of the other crafters in the hop, because I know there will be a lot of inspirational projects for you to see. Here are some other videos that I know you'll enjoy. Thank you so much for dropping by, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. See you next time.